A few years ago, BAIV uncovered an original M40, one of the very few shipped to Europe after its service in Korea. This vehicle was transferred to the US forces after the war to Germany in Grafenwohr until a devastating refuelling or engine fire in the mid-60s forced it into an early retirement. Later, followed by an attempt to scrap the vehicle. Ironically, that attempt failed, and the M40 was stored away untouched for over 50 years. BAIV a few years ago uncovered this vehicle in Grafenwohr in Germany, the artillery ranges. One of only 311 ever built, and now in private hands, ready for restoration. In the final phases of World War II, the American Army went only in 5 months from blueprint to production of this, the M40 155mm long ton. Built on a widened Sherman chassis, equipped with HVSS suspension and wide tracks, the M40 delivered the mobility and firepower the US Army had long been searching for. But it wasn't just a technical breakthrough, it was a bold step into the future. This is the symbol of American innovation and determination. Since the recovery of the vehicle in Germany, a great deal of progress has been made behind the scenes. One of the first priorities was to get the vehicle back on its wheels, all of which had been destroyed in the fire. Each wheel has since been restored to rolling condition, allowing for safe movement and during the ongoing restoration process. The complete running gear, including the sprocket, is now available and has a set of rare T80 hybrid tracks has been sourced and included with the project. This gives us the ability to restore mobility and prepare the vehicle for later mechanical work. Structurally, important steps have already been taken. Damaged or missing steel plates on the hull have been replaced with new ones, carefully welded into place to ensure both strength and historical accuracy. The fire had left significant traces, especially within the engine compartment. These areas have now been thoroughly cleaned out, and the compartment has been completely emptied and cleaned of debris, making it ready for the next phase. The front nose has been completely removed from the M40 to do a good inspection of the vehicle. Of course, with the front nose came the final drives and the transmission, as well as the differential. We've now properly inspected everything, now we know what's necessary to replace. We've sourced a new old stock gearbox and differential, as well as the final drive you see here. We sourced the final drive from Canada. This is very specific for M40, therefore it's a very lucky find. Along with many other parts, as long as seats, radio parts, etc., to rebuild this vehicle in such a short time of 12 to 14 months, hopefully, complete restoration. Alongside these larger milestones, many of the original components have been sourced, including the original seats and numerous smaller parts that are essential in completing the restoration to a high standard. All in all, the foundation for a successful restoration has now been laid. The vehicle is coming back to life, step by step, with the right parts and with respect for its remarkable history. This particular M40, one of only 311 ever built, and the only known example in private ownership in Europe, is now undergoing a full restoration in our workshop. Visually, the vehicle already commands attention, but our mission goes further. Beyond appearance, we're looking to bring back full operational Class A condition, just as it once served in its prime. And the most exciting part? You're invited to join us on this journey. Every step of the restoration will be carefully documented through our online customer portal. As a partner in this process, you'll receive monthly updates showing progress, key milestones, and behind-the-scenes insights. And when the work is done, you'll receive a beautifully crafted, fully illustrated restoration book, a lasting tribute to the adventure we undertook together. We see this as more than a project, as a partnership. You're not just a client, you're a custodian of military heritage. Will help shape the final result with the flexibility to tailor the restoration to your preferences and intended use. Whether your focus is historical accuracy, operational performance, or long-term investment, we'll ensure that every detail meets the highest standards. The full mechanical and functional restoration is expected to take 12 to 14 months, carried out entirely in-house by our dedicated BAIV team. This allows us to maintain full control over quality, authenticity and performance, something we consider essential for a vehicle of this significance. And when it's complete, You won't just own a rare artifact, you'll be part of something bigger, a legacy. One of only 2 running survivors worldwide, this M40 will represent both historical and personal values. We're not just looking for a buyer, we're looking for the right person. Someone who really understands the importance of preserving military history and wants to be part of this unique opportunity. Does this speak to you? Then get in touch with Ivo Richter Sr. regarding pricing, options, and how to join this exciting, extraordinary journey.